We're in the slowest time of the year when it comes to real estate, but there are indicators of what the market might look like in the next couple of months. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning into my channel. Well, the Northwest MLS here in the state of Washington just recently released its numbers, its data for the month of January. And as I mentioned at the top of the video, it looks like 2025 is going to be a crazy year in real estate, especially as we get closer to spring, which we all know that's the loco time when it comes to buying or selling real estate. Now, I didn't have to see the numbers to tell you things are starting to pick up, even though we just basically started the year. We're at the start of February. And that's because I took one of my buyers to go look at a house that she loved. This is about a week and a half ago. House had been on the market one day. By the end of that day, listing broker had 8 offers in hand. Crazy. Until I heard from one of my colleagues who said, Julian, we went to go look at a house on a Saturday. Offer review day was Monday. By the end of that day, listing broker had 24 offers in hand. That is crazy. So those are little indications to at least me that things are going to start heating up even more as the months go by, especially as we head towards the summer. Things are going to go crazy. And we look at statewide. If you combine single family residential homes and condos together, if we look at the increase of units sold in a 12-month period, well, that rose by as much as 11%. So slowly but surely, 11%, that's an increase amount of deals closed. Now, the good news, if you look at the data, is the amount of new listings statewide. That rose by as much as 35%. So there's more choices out there for all you buyers out there. However, when you combine that with what inventory was before, which is nothing, if you increase 35, it's not a whole lot. And you combine that with interest rates, which are close to 7% right now, that's not good, because that's going to rise the median sales price across the state. In fact, it rose by a month statewide by as much as 4%. Now the price being at $615,000, single family residential and condos combined. Now, the county, no surprise, with the highest median sales price for the month of January is San Juan County. It's either San Juan County or King County. They always battle for the top spot. That number came in at $815,000. And again, in second place was King County with a nice low price of $789,000. But there's some good news for all of you people out there that are looking to buy in Snohomish County, because their inventory was number one, at least increased number one in the state of Washington. In the month of January, the inventory in Snohomish County rose by as much as 97%. King County was the second place at 63%. And then you have Skagit County, a great part of the state of Washington, coming at 54%. Now, I'm going to show you the data we're going to start off with King County, as I do every month. Then I'm going to take you out to the Snohomish County, just north of us. I'm going to take you to the Seattle area. Then I'm going to take you out to the east side, where things are still disgustingly very expensive. I'm going to show you new area, show you data for new area. Now, definitely not new to anybody who lives here. But if you're from out of state, you're not too familiar with our area, you will be when I show you this one. Hey guys, before I continue, Julian Gonzalez here with RSVP Brokers ERA. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, if at any point in this video you learn something, you like it because it helps you make some kind of decision, whether it's buying or selling real estate, I greatly appreciate you liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and also turning on notifications. That way, every time I pop up one of these new videos, it kind of gives you notification. It might be a video that, again, will help you buy or sell real estate. Okay, so let's start with the numbers. We're going to start off with King County. And we're going to do, again, only residential homes right now. January combined 2025 to 2024, so 12-month period. And we're going to start off with the number of new listings, which I told you is just, it's fantastic in the whole scheme of things, I guess, or at least in this little period, right? We saw much as an increase of 33%. That's awesome. 1654 is the amount of new listings in 2025 in January. When you look at the month prior, that was at 638, but that's understandable. It is the time of year. Moving on, as we look at the amount of closed sales, that's 804. The month prior, it was at 1,127, which again, it's because of the year. Amount of If you close in January, that's because you got into agreement in December. Not a lot of activity. That's why that number is like, why is it so low? It's the time of year. Look at the median sales price is $855,000. And the month of December, that was at $884. So we did see a decrease in the price. And look at the month of inventory. It's $1,795. In December, it was lower at $1,486. Now move on to the graph for King County. This blue line, this is the King County, and this is the green line, it's the rest of the MLS, so it totally outpaces the rest of the state. And we're looking from a time period of 2005 to 2025. People always say, Julian, hey, I want to hold on to my property, but only a couple of years. What do you think? Is it going to appreciate? Well, I always tell them, you don't know. You don't know. But the longer you hold on to a property, there's a better chance that the appreciation for the house is appreciation. It's going to go up, right? It's going to be a lot better, right? As you see the dips here in 2011, it just goes up, dips. So long you keep it, better chance of you profiting once you sell your house. Moving on to Snohomish County, number of new listings. Again, look at this, crazy. You see as much as 39%. That's a huge number right there. And we look at them now pending. Pending means if you don't know, that's an agreement to the buyer and seller already made into agreement and they're currently under contract, figuring things out. We did see a number of 623. The month prior, that was at 339, but still an increase year over year by as much as 11%. Looking more at some of these other numbers out here, inventory, months of inventory is still disgustingly low. It should be 4 to 6 months, not 1 month. 1 month sucks. That's a terrible number to look at right now. Now, I'm going to show you the graph for Snohomish County if you're more of a graph person. Now, you see the two lines are a lot closer. The Snohomish is an expensive county, but not as much as San Juan County and King County. So you see the same type of dip, even though they were on par right before the about 2012. So you do see things on par. Now here's Seattle area. This is what the Northwest MLS considers to be the Seattle area. These are the numbers I'm going to give you. It takes you about to Lake City, encompasses here Magnolia. Here you see West Seattle through White Center to this little area right here, which is really nice homes, believe it or not. Skyway around that area, some great spots. So this is the Seattle numbers that I'm going to give you right now. When you see the median sales price for the Seattle area, it decreased year over year by as much as 1.32% for the month of January. So that number is actually a total decrease even for the month prior, which is not surprising. For the month of December, that number was at $899,000. And if you look at the amount of active listings, 656, and the month prior was at 536. But look at this huge number right here. Still an increase year over year by as much as 36%. See, inventory 2.6. It's still terrible, but considering what we've seen the last several years, that's fantastic. 2.6, but trust me, guys, that's a terrible number that you're looking at right now. But you are seeing that kind of things are kind of stable right now. Seattle year over year, it ain't great, but you got to live with it when you live in the Seattle area, which we know is a very expensive area in the entire Pacific Northwest. Now, moving on to the east side, show you what the east side is. Again, I've always say this. I always thought east side was just this. No, it takes you all the way down there. You're going towards up there towards Leavenworth, and it clips a part of Snoqualmie Pass. By the way, if you're driving by Snoqualmie Pass right now, be careful this time of year because it's a lot of snow and it's very dangerous driving conditions out there. I feel like a meteorologist here. So let's look at the numbers. Again, super disgusting when it comes to the east side. How about the median sales price rose by as much as 17%? $1.7 million. Again, this is residential, guys. I'm doing residential. Rose by as much as 17% year over year. So that number is just completely crazy. If we look at also the amount of active listings, it's 452 compared to the month prior, which was at 343. Pending sales, not that many activity right now. Again, but there's also people this time of year that are like, kind of like waiting. What should I do? Should I just wait for interest rates to come down? Don't wait too long. And inventory, wow, 2.22. It's terrible, but it's a little bit better than what we see, especially as we get to the warmer time of the year. Now, I told you I was going to show you a new area of town. And this area, the reason I'm bringing this up to you is because I'm doing an open house for a listing this weekend. And if you want to join me, I'll put the address down below. I'd love to see some of you guys out there. But this is one of my favorite areas in the entire Seattle area, or even the Pacific Northwest. And of course, I am talking about Queen Anne and Magnolia. So if a lot of you guys that have visited Seattle have never been here, at least you know what area I'm talking about. You're like, no. I'm like, yeah, no, yes. Because right here in this little area right here, this little area you see right there, that's where Space Needle is located. That's a very expensive area. If you guys are not too sure, don't know the area, because you have Lower Queen Anne right here, then you have Upper Queen Anne, very expensive. Then you have Magnolia, which is expensive, the Inner Bay right here. Magnolia and this part right here, you can't afford it. Trust me, there's a good chance you can't. They're expensive, but the reason, again, I'm doing this because I'm doing an open house tomorrow in Queen Anne. So here, look at the median sales price rising by as much as 14% year over year. And of course, we're talking about residential, even though there's a lot of condos in the Queen Anne area. Look at the amount of total active listings, 67%. So it's on par with a lot of, other areas of the Pacific Northwest, especially what we saw out on the east side. So that's not too surprising. The one good news, even though things are super expensive, is that the inventory, it's actually not that bad. But again, a healthy inventory is 4 to 6 months worth of inventory. 3.22 actually isn't that bad, guys. So if you've never been around the area, you should go, because it's a great place to go. Hey guys, once again, these are the data, the numbers for these areas. If there's an area that you want me to focus on, a town or a city that you want me to include next time I do this video next month, just let me know. And if you're wondering again, should I buy now or should I wait later, which you've probably been doing for the last couple of months or several years, always remember this: the best time to buy property is always 5 years ago. Good luck.